We're on the road with Mickey, we're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go, we're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and she's Sophie.
And she's Brenda.
Hi, everyone.
And he's Grogu. Buddy,
He
you
says
rocking
He's
hi.
so
it.
cute.
He
And
says
hi,
hi.
Brenda. We're saying hi back.
Hi.
Hi, Brenda.
Hi.
And we're on the road with Mickey. This is episode 187 for September 25th, 2023. And our feature topic is the top 3 things we like about Frontierland. And we presume there are 3 things because of all the work that's going on.
Yep.
But we're going to make that presumption, and that's what we're going to do. So, but first we have some cheddar from the big cheese, and Brenda, you get to start us off.
Oh,
Because
my
you get
goodness.
the biggest thing.
Yay. Have you heard the one about the bear?
Oh my gosh. Yes. We've heard about it, but tell us again.
Oh, my goodness. Well, it was all over the interwebs the other day. They found a black bear before park opening actually right by Big Thunder Mountain, right?
Tom Sawyer
So
is
they
where I think they
in
first.
up in the tree.
Yeah.
So they closed down, I don't know, it was all the like Hall of Presidents was closed, Big Thunder Mountain's closed, Tom Sawyer Island was closed. They closed down a bunch of rides that didn't open until later in the day, which is what upset people so much. But yeah,
Interesting.
all the memes that came out after that where the bear was on Haunted Mansion and the bear was riding the rides, they were hilarious. Some of those memes were
Absolutely.
so funny.
Yeah. Yeah. And the one I thought was particularly funny because we like our food here, was the bear
Mhm.
sitting at a picnic table saying, "All I wanted was my Pecos Bill order," and it shut down the whole park. Although I think he probably would have preferred Columbia Harbor House for the fish. Don't you
Maybe.
think?
Yeah, I think so
Maybe.
too. Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, I just thought that was so funny when I was like, "What?"
That was so
But
funny. Oh
And
my
what's bad
gosh.
about it is when Daddy told me about the bear in the park, my immediate thought was, so when am I going so that I can get my Disney princess moment and maybe pet the bear like Merida? When can I do that? Oh, let's be glad I wasn't in Disney this week. Otherwise, you may have been hearing news about me getting eaten.
probably not eaten.
God.
Probably just
No.
Mauled.
mauled or
Maybe.
Well,
something. But not
Attacked.
just actually eaten though, probably.
Hmm.
So
we don't even want to think about it.
anyway, we don't talk about Bruno, but we are going to talk about Bruno.
This is the one
Oh.
occasion where we do talk about Bruno.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
evidently he made his debut in the Disney Adventure Friends Cavalcade at the Magic Kingdom recently. So we
Nice.
are going to talk about Bruno. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
That one
yes,
would
yes.
be hard to cast.
Yeah,
He's got a very distinct look.
yeah.
Yeah, but there's nothing a little cosmetics and costume makeup can't fix.
That's true,
That's
actually.
true.
God, it's amazing what they can do with that stuff.
Oh yeah, you've seen how they do the Mad Hatter and stuff. They have prosthetic noses. They have a bunch of different things that they do with
That's true.
characters.
And I think Bruno walks around on stilts to make him so tall.
Really?
I'm not sure. It feels like it. Maybe
We're
I'm
gonna
just
have to figure this out
totally
because the
wrong.
Bruno I know is short.
But if you look at there's some scenes in the movie or on some of the performances where it feels like Bruno's like 7.5 feet tall.
Yeah, 7-foot frame, rats along his back.
Yeah.
Camilo.
So 7
So we'll
foot
see.
is kind of tall.
Now you can see him.
Anyway, Sophie, you're next.
Okay, well, back to the bear, because we love bears here. We love them a lot, but not quite back to the bear because unfortunately Mama Bear did not have any cubs with her. Disney has reported that there have been over 300 animal births at Walt Disney World this year, and none of them include a bear.
No, I don't think so.
But still, tons of baby animals. That's so cute.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
They're
Aww.
so cute.
that is cool. And that's really
Yep.
neat because that speaks to Disney's conservation efforts
Yeah.
for endangered species of animals. So that's really neat, I think.
In addition to beautiful white ponies
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that will
Yeah.
one day pull Cinderella's.
When you ride it with Robert Downey Jr. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my gosh, don't even start. Don't even get me started on
Oh,
RDJ.
goodness. Oh, goodness. Wait,
Now we got a
no.
carryover.
No. No. Let's just pause this right here. We're going to pause this and put that to the side, and we're not going to come back to
We're
it this
gonna put a
episode.
pin in it, huh? Is that
We're
what
going
we're
to
doing?
put a pin in
Put a
it.
pin in it and pop that balloon.
Yes.
Okay. Pow. There we go. We popped it.
There we go. Now let's get on with ourselves. Aunt Brenda, behave.
I didn't start it. Your daddy started it.
Daddy, behave.
Sophie, behave.
I'm not the one over here getting her riled up about RBJ. Let's go.
RD,
Our
D, D,
DJ.
D, Downey, not B, boy.
I said
Downey.
RBJ.
I heard B, but anyway. Okay, we are officially off the
Sorry,
rails,
people.
and we are changing the subject, and we're bringing the rails back on, and
Yeah,
it's
because
time to move
speaking
on.
of rails,
We're talking about our top
Frontierland.
3 things we like about Frontierland. Yeah, Sophie, why don't you
Yeah.
host the show?
Why don't I host the
Yay.
show?
Yeah,
All right, well, someone's got to keep us on track.
yeah.
And so I'm going to start us off.
Got that one too.
Yeah, because my first thing, because this is one of the few things that won't be changing, is actually going to be the Walt Disney World Railroad because it has a stop in Frontierland.
Nice.
Yep, that's my first thing too. So go for it. Sophie.
Yes,
and Brenda goes first.
I
No, she's
love
got it.
how much my dad loves the Walt Disney World Railroad. And I also love that the train station for it can take me past what used to be Splash Mountain, but will soon be Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and I can see some of the construction work that they're doing because you can. You can look out from that railroad train station and you will actually see a couple of the projects that they're working on with the new ride. And I actually think that's very exciting to see. I like seeing the progress that they make.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
All
Thank you.
right. Well, good choice. Good start, Sophie.
Thank you.
Brenda, it's your turn now. What's one of
Yeah,
your 3
That
things?
was that's
Oh, come
mine
on.
too.
You have to say something.
Well, I only have 3, so that's one of mine.
Oh, well, shoot.
Yay.
But why
All
is
right,
it
what
one of
about
yours?
you, Mike?
Why is it one of yours?
I just really loved the railroad, especially when it was closed for 4 years and we couldn't
Yeah.
ride it. And you tend to really appreciate things when you can't do them.
That's
So
very true.
even though I already loved the railroad, I love it even more now because it was taken from us and now it's back.
Yeah, that's cool. And I appreciate that too. And it is very true that you don't realize how much you miss something until you can't do it. So
Yeah.
it was really cool when we got there and we rode all the way around to Fantasyland and we got off to ride Tron. That was so cool to ride the train.
Worth the wait, right?
It was.
Worth the wait.
It was totally worth it. So I'm going a slightly different route because, as we all know, there is a lot of change coming into Frontierland. Sophie announced last week that we will be doing a follow-up when the changes are all completed and
Absolutely.
readdressing this topic.
Yes.
So I went totally into left field because I played baseball 1 year in Little League and I was in left field, and so I went back to there, and um and I am associating my top three memories from Fantasyland. I mean Frontierland, not Fantasyland, from Frontierland. And so this first memory is of Sophie's cousin, my niece, Anna Jane.
Hmm.
And it involves Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. We went as a big family gathering. This is our first DVC year, and we stayed at Bay Lake Tower, and we went to the Magic Kingdom, and we wanted to ride Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. And it was so funny because Anna Jane was like, "Oh, I don't know. It's a roller coaster. I'm kind of afraid." And we're like, "Why don't you just try it? We'll try it and we'll see if we like it, And she's like, "I don't know." And her dad, Otis, said, "You know what? If you can ride Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, I'll buy you an ice cream afterwards." And she's like, "Okay, I'll try it." Okay.
Oh,
And we rode it and we loved it and it was so much fun.
yeah.
And went we went to go get our ice cream and everyone had ice cream. And as we're eating our ice cream, Anna Jade said, "So when can we go again?" Because she really loved it. And she just wanted to
Yay.
act like she was a little bit of afraid.
Oh, that's
Oh,
funny. That's too
It was
funny.
so funny. Oh, it was
Oh my
so funny.
gosh. That is
goodness
funny.
gracious.
So
That that
so
does
my
kind of
first
remind
memory
me.
is from Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me about Jagan with Expedition Everest, though. That
Yeah,
reminds me of Jagan.
yeah. All right. Well, Sophie, time for your second one. So, which one of Brenda's are you going to choose this time?
I'm not going to steal another one of Brenda's, I hope. I hope. Because I'm going to ask you something, Daddy, before I say what I'm about to say.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Does one of your memories involve Splash Mountain and a certain hat of yours?
Yes, but not the hat.
Okay.
Although I guess that would be part of that memory. Yeah. You want me to save
Oh,
that one for last? Because it's still a great story.
it is a great story, and I will let you say it because I love you.
Oh, I love you too, honey.
Aw.
Thank you. Don't
Yeah.
make our viewers start crying.
Sweet.
It's so
Sweet,
sweet.
sweet, sweet.
The viewers are laughing because they're like, goodness gracious, just listen to her voice. She felt obligated to say that.
No, you didn't.
No, of course I didn't. All
So,
right. So
what's
I'm going to skip over that one just because I'm so fond of you.
I think you should say it.
Yes, but you tell it better.
But I'm going to tell it anyway, just like Brenda told the railroad.
No, they don't want to hear the same story twice, and I don't think I could say it in a way that you wouldn't say it. So I'm
Okay.
just going to leave that be, and we're going to go with the safe route, and we're
Okay.
going to choose Tom Sawyer Island instead. You know, where the bear was found.
Is Tom Sawyer Island Frontierland or Adventureland?
It is definitely
Frontierland.
Frontierland.
Okay, good.
Because Adventureland and Frontierland are really back to back. So the fact that you can see Frontierland from Tom Sawyer Island shows that it is in Frontierland.
Okay, good. So tell us why it's on your list.
Yes, I loved Tom Sawyer Island when I was little, and I would actually be able to convince my parents to go on the raft with me to go over and spend probably half an hour to an hour at least on
Mhm.
that island instead of going and doing other rides which I know that they were like, Sophie, come on, I want to go ride Big Thunder Mountain already. And I'm like, no, I like it here.
I
I,
love Tom Sawyer Island.
oh yeah. Oh, we all liked Tom Sawyer Island. I think Mommy felt it was a little bit overrated, but I enjoyed it because it was so big. It was huge, and there was so much to do there, it felt like. It honestly felt like nature's playground, to be honest. And me, when I was a kid, I loved the playgrounds. I still like playgrounds, but obviously I'm a little too big for them now. So Tom Sawyer Island was like, I can be completely wild. I don't necessarily need my parents to be watching over me, even though they probably were like, Sophie, do not get lost on this island. I will not let you out of my sight if you get lost on this island.
Well, you know, the beauty of Tom Sawyer Island
Is that it's an
is
island?
A, it's an island, but B, it really encompasses what Walt wanted in Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tom Sawyer Island is one of those things where you and your kids go play together. You know, you got the barrel bridge to see who's going to bounce off. You
Yeah.
got caves where you can explore together, and on and on and on and on. All the different, the fort and everything like that. And that's all intended to kind of do what Walt wanted to do all along, which was to let the parents play with the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tom Sawyer Island is a great epitome of that, in my
It
opinion.
is. It really is. And
So
the caves, oh my gosh. I
yeah.
loved the caves. I I will be honest, whenever I went into the caves, I always expected to find something I hadn't found before,
Like
and
a bear.
I was usually disappointed. I was
Oh,
usually disappointed because the caves were, well, they weren't like a maze or anything, they were just a tunnel.
yeah.
But it was still nice to pretend that maybe I would go
Hmm.
into one of these caves and I would find like pirate's treasure or something.
Yeah.
Because I do believe there is this one cave on the island that has a utilidor in it for the cast members, and it's kind of themed to look like this prison or whatever that a pirate skeleton is stuck in with a bunch of gold. It looks really cool. And
I,
so I just liked exploring there. It was fun. And of
yeah.
course, if you're at that fort that Daddy was talking about, you can actually see Big Thunder Mountain, and they have these little make-believe rifles mounted into the fort where you can pretend to be like pew
Hmm.
pew 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 pew. I
Yep.
just like saying that pew pew pew.
Yep. It's like you're a stormtrooper, but that's a different topic.
Mm, I'm a cowboy stormtrooper.
There you go.
Mhm.
All right. Well, good choice, Sophie. Brenda,
Thank you.
what's on your list?
Well, thank y'all very much both for covering Tom Sawyer Island. Great. That was my number 2. And y'all did a great job. Thank you.
Brenda, are you going to say anything?
If if we don't have anything in common, I mean, what can I do? We Sophie and I think alike, so we came up with the
Mm,
same list.
I'm sorry, Aunt Brenda.
No, y'all,
Wow.
you covered it. I mean, you said everything there is about it. It's awesome.
Oh.
I think the only thing you didn't, we have a place here in Texas near New Braunfels called Natural Bridge Caverns. And they have a cavern, but they also have like this wacky house kind of thing where it's like zero
Mm-hmm.
gravity. And the water runs up there at the house like it does in the cave in Tom Sawyer Island, where the water appears to run up because they made it the obstacle illusion by making it tilt. How they have it
Uh-huh.
tilting down so it looks like the water runs up. And I always think of that when I'm over there. We just take snacks in our backpack and we like chill there for a little while.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Wow.
yep, fun place.
That's cool.
I feel bad. I'm taking all of our things.
Nah.
Nope,
Let
nope,
you know
nope.
what?
We just think alike.
After I
Oh.
finish number 2, let Brenda give number 3, and then
Yes.
how about that?
That works for me. You're going next.
Okay. So number 2 on my list is the aforementioned Splash Mountain, which is no longer Splash Mountain anymore. Right now, it's a work in progress for Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
And
But
this is the part where Sophie's gonna get herself embarrassed.
no, I won't embarrass you. Um, the thing that's really neat about this is the memory of Sophie's first ride on Splash Mountain,
Mm-hmm.
because she was like, I don't want to ride that thing. That's scary. and all that. And eventually she said, "Okay, I'll ride it." And she sat with mommy, and I sat in front of them. And I had totally forgotten about the hat, Sophie. Um, but there was one little dip, whoop, like that, where my hat flew off. My Mickey Safari hat flew off, and it happened to land right in Sophie's lap.
This was right when we got into the place with the bees, the laughing place. You know, where all the beehives were hanging overhead.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
And she
And the
thought the
air
bees.
conditioning was flowing.
Yeah, and she thought the bees were attacking her, which I'm sorry, Sophie. I didn't know my hat was going to fall off.
I
But
know you
the
didn't.
the part
I
of the
felt
story
like
that
a
I thought
beehive
was,
had completely fallen into my lap and I was about to get
Oh
stung to
no.
death.
Oh no.
the thing
Oh.
that I was going to talk about was how tightly you were holding on to mommy's arm. So tightly that mommy thought that if Sophie squeezed any more, it was going to break her arm, because
Oh my goodness.
she had a
Poor
death grip
thing.
on Cindy's arm, and that was going
Oh.
down the big drop. You
The
know,
52-foot drop into what looked like a patch of thorns.
yeah.
Oh
So
my
that was a
goodness. Poor
great.
thing.
I mean,
Mm.
when it comes to first rides, Sophie experienced the gamut of first rides when it came to
Oh.
mountain, right?
Oh my gosh. And then when we got off, I was like, that
That
was
was
fun.
fun.
And my mom just looked at me like, if you think we are going on that again this trip, you are very sorely mistaken, young lady.
Uh-oh. Yep, she had enough of
Oh,
that squeeze an arm thing.
yeah.
Well, not only
I,
that, but any water ride, Cindy's gonna get wet. It
yeah.
is
Oh,
what it is,
yeah.
and we don't know why, but inevitably her shoes will get soaking wet.
Oh no.
Her shoes,
Got to
her
carry that
socks,
spare pair of socks in the
her
Ziploc
Yeah,
bag in the backpack.
undergarments,
yeah.
everything.
So my Splash Mountain memory is one of my favorites. And
I have a funny
especially
Splash Mountain memory. It's
you do.
well, I don't know that it's okay. It happened at Splash Mountain, so it's a Splash Mountain memory, but it has nothing to do with Splash Mountain.
Oh,
We went, our best friends, my best friend Susan and her husband Ronnie and their two kids, Blythe and Colton, went on like dual family trips. We went in 2005 and 2009.
mm-hmm.
All of our family and all of their family. We caravan down there, etc. And I don't even remember if it was 2005 or 2000. I think it was 2009 though. We had gotten Fast Pass, the actual Fast Pass people, the ticket that I missed so bad. We had all gotten our Fast Passes for Splash Mountain, and we were going to all meet up. Like we separated, we were going to meet back up there at the line. So we show up ready to ride Splash Mountain, and Blythe shows up, and we're waiting, and we're like Susan comes along, and we're like, "Where's Colton?" And she goes, "Oh, he stopped to get flavored nuts in Fantasyland." So now, anytime we were at a ride and Colton was running behind, we're like, "Were you getting your flavored nuts in
Oh
So it's just a
gosh.
funny story for us because we poor
Yeah,
poor kid,
Oh.
poor
yeah.
kid.
I think the
We
memory with
we chased him.
Sophie is a great memory for me because most of it happened behind me. It
Yeah.
wasn't even
Yeah, but
anything I
she
was
thought
part
the
of.
beehive fell. That's
Yeah, that
terrible.
is
Oh
terrible.
yeah. Oh
That's
goodness.
scary for a little one. She was little bitty.
Here's the thing. I've never been stung by a bee. I
Oh,
have
I wish you
never
hadn't said
been
that out loud.
What do you mean?
Knock on wood. There you go.
touching something red.
There you
Hey,
go.
Point is, I've never been stung by a bee. And so when I was little, because I obviously didn't know what it felt like, I was scared to death of the little things. I did not like bees, wasps. I still don't like wasps, but
no,
bees,
they
I
hurt.
I was afraid that the bees were just going to be like, that kid, she's trouble. We need to sting her. I didn't know that they died when they stung, so I didn't know it was a last resort for them. I was
Honeybees.
just,
It's honeybees are the ones that die. Not
yeah.
all
Yeah,
bees die when they sting.
yeah.
Yeah, the point is, I was scared
The
to death.
point.
Yeah. Mm. And literally, my mom, every time a bee would come near me, I would back up a good 5 feet from them. And my
Mm-hmm.
mom would be like, Sophie, stop. They are not going to hurt you. And I'm like, are you kidding? Look at that little thing. It is flying right at me. And she's
Girl,
like,
I am right with you. I do the same thing. We are just afraid.
yeah. So when I got to that bee part, I was like, they don't have actual bees here, right? And then Daddy's hat fell in my lap, and I was like, oh my God, they do have actual bees. And
Oh
I literally,
no.
you should have heard me. Daddy didn't, but Mommy did. And I was like, ah, ah, ah,
Oh,
ah. I was just screaming.
poor thing.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby.
And she
Tormenting
was
your baby.
and she was like, Sophie, what's wrong? She saw the hat in my lap, and she was like, okay. Snatched it back up, and she's like, see, it's Daddy's hat.
Well,
And
Cindy's always calm. She can handle the situations. It's like you
my
were
mom,
caught by surprise.
my mom is,
She's a rock star.
she has the patience of a saint.
Yes, she does. She can put up with me.
She can put up with me.
You know, she did tell me you were getting on her nerves, Brenda. Just kidding. She didn't say that at all. She says, Mikey, you're getting on my nerves.
I just know one thing. She's so glad I'm an adult now.
Yeah.
She is
That's
so
a good,
glad
sweet kind of relationship, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adult kids, having adult kids is sweet too.
Yeah. Love you, Mommy. Thank you for saving me from the bees. And when we got off the ride, I could just see it now. She was like, Mikey? And he looked back and he's like, yeah. She held up his hat. He's like, are you forgetting something?
Oh, he thought it was gone forever. He didn't know you
I
had
didn't
it.
know it was in the. I thought I'd lost it. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
I
wow.
know. And then
What's that
Mommy was
$30
like,
hat?
yeah. And then Mommy was like, your daughter caught this. And she told him what happened. And I don't, obviously he didn't remember, but still, I'm pretty sure he looked back down at me and he was like, oh, Sophie, I'm sorry.
Oh, poor thing.
No.
Well, we're all glad that's over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Glad
Brenda,
that's over.
what's number 3 on your list?
Well, you want to say it with me, Sophie?
I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but I'm gonna let you say it just to be certain.
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Oh, well, what do
Big
you
Thunder
know?
Mountain
For once, I
Railroad.
wasn't gonna steal one of your things.
Oh my gosh. Well, I love Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
I'm
That's like
glad.
my top attraction there in Frontierland.
Hmm.
It's just so much fun because, I don't ride roller coasters that are outside and up high, but those ones that are low to the ground and just fast are so much fun. I love them.
They are fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I always thought that Big Thunder Mountain was pretty up high, all things considered.
Not as high as those ones that go and then no, I don't ride those things. No.
Okay, fair
No,
enough.
this one is awesome. This one is, and it has one of only 2 bathtubs, full-size bathtubs anywhere in the Magic Kingdom.
Well, there you go.
Where's the other one?
Where's the other one, Sophie? Think
Swiss
for a
Family
second.
Robinson?
You'll get it. No.
It's
Full-size
not in the
bathtub.
Swiss Family. It's not in the
No.
Swiss. Oh wait, the castle room.
No.
So
What?
3.
In an attraction.
Oh, in an attraction. Okay. It's not in the Swiss
I
Family
know.
Robinson.
Now I know where.
Where? Oh, Carousel of Progress.
Yeah, remember the bathtub scene with Orville?
Yeah.
Oh
Uncle
gosh.
Orville. There's be a little privacy around here.
That's
Oh my gosh. I
I was trying to figure out. I was like, is there something in the haunted mansion?
no, because ghosts don't need bathtubs. That's what they have the wishing wells for. You know. Ay ay ay.
Oy, oy, oy. And then it dawned on me.
There used to
coulda
also be the
sworn.
third one was in Toontown, but of course it's gone. So now there's only two.
I could have sworn they would have had the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse have a bathtub or something.
Not a full size bathtub.
Okay.
Just
Well, boom.
just tidbits of useless information.
So wait, why does Big Thunder Mountain have a full size bathtub?
Saloon? Is it in the saloon?
They were bathing out there. They bathe out there in the yard.
Not in the hot springs though. That sounds like it would be better.
It does. I don't know why. We'll have to figure
Oh
that
well.
out.
Oh well.
Good to know.
Good to know.
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. It's a fun roller coaster.
It is a fun roller
is.
coaster.
One-way railway.
Sophie, what's on your list?
All right. Time to be honest here. I'm really sad that Country Bears is getting changed, and so that's why it's on my list now. I like me some bears, okay? I just like bears.
They're
And I
still gonna
really
be
like
there.
yeah, but I love Country Bears as it was. Now I know based off of some of the Disney music that my dad and I have on our phone, then I know that there was a point where it was changed again because there was a point where it was like a summer camp themed show. But I have only ever known it as the original one, and you just can't go wrong with it. I'm sad that they're changing it. I know they probably needed to update it a little. I just hope that they keep all the bears in the cast because I really liked Trixie.
I think they will.
I think they will too.
we'll just have to play it by
Yeah.
ear.
Yeah,
and
I
hear
read
it.
that the Imagineers are they're actually meeting with Nashville country artists. They want it to be more like
Oh,
country music today. So
okay.
they're doing something, but I have no idea.
Yeah. So
It'll be interesting to see.
we'll be cautiously optimistic and only boycott it if we really think it's just horrible. But I don't think it'll be that. I think it'll be like what I mentioned before. Fantasyland, I didn't think it was going to be good, and look how good it is. So
Yep.
so anyway, I have one more to say, don't I?
Yeah.
And this one is not so much for eating or anything like that because it's a restaurant and we ate and we didn't eat there. But I am talking about the memory of Easter Sunday when I sent Sophie and Cindy on ahead to ride Big Thunder Mountain. And I sat at Pecos Bill outside on the bench with my mom. And because I'm going to tell you, Brenda, my mom was a rock star and she rode like 87 rides that day. It felt like.
Oh, fantastic.
I mean, she was go, 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 but she wasn't about to ride a roller coaster. And she couldn't anyway with her health. She couldn't have.
It's pretty jerky.
So I was like, girls, you go ride it. I'll wait here. Mom and I'll just sit here and chillax. And that's what we did. And it wasn't anything that we said or did or anything like that. It was just me and my mama just hanging out,
Sweet. Very sweet.
And it was just really cool. So Sophie and her mom got to go on the ride and I sat there with my mom and we just kind of waited it out, and it was really neat. So
that's very sweet.
So it's just one of those memories,
I think they need to make the rule for rider swap where you can use it for a child or for an elderly family member. Not that your mom's elderly, but we all know what
Yeah.
some of us deal with where we can't leave our mom
Yeah.
alone. And I think they should kind of revamp that a little bit for where it's not just a child that can't ride or doesn't want to ride, but also an elderly parent.
I think that's
Just
a
a
smart
thought.
idea. That's a real smart
Yeah.
idea.
Mhm.
And my mom would tell you that she's not elderly, she's old.
Well, and your mom also could sit by herself and wait for y'all, but not
Yeah.
everyone,
Wants
number
that.
one, not everyone can, but number two, who wants to do that to your mom? You know what I mean? Like it's a
Right.
family place. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say right now, my Mima is neither old nor elderly. She is like a fine wine. She is aged.
Yeah.
nice.
Yep. And she's
And she's
81 now.
sweet, very
She's
sweet.
she is
She's
very sweet.
81 and she doesn't look a day over 70.
Yeah.
She really doesn't.
She really
Yeah.
doesn't.
So anyway, that's my memory from Pecos Bill, where we just kind of hung out and
That's a sweet memory. I love it.
yeah.
That is. Also, I like Pecos Bill. They have good mac and cheese there.
They have good nachos too.
Yeah, that
Yep.
big, huge nachos. Who can eat it?
Well, I
Daddy?
can.
I'm talking about the big family nachos. Are you talking about that one?
No, I don't think I
Okay, 'cause
was.
I'm thinking, oh my God.
No, we didn't realize they had a bigger serving size.
Oh, that's funny. Oh gosh.
Yeah, Butch could eat the regular nachos. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, so is that all of us? That's all three of us with three.
Yay, 3 for 3.
Well, that concludes our feature topic then. So, you know what? We don't have that many of these left to do. I think we have Adventureland and Main Street USA, I think are the last two.
Yeah.
So we'll get to
But
them.
we're
We'll
gonna
sort of
come
put down
back to
the road.
this.
Yeah,
We're
and we
gonna
will
come back to this
revisit
one.
this. We'll revisit this when we have all the changes done with Tiana and so forth, and maybe we'll look at this in a little bit different light. Yeah, like Sophie said.
Mhm.
Yep.
So, but for now, it's time for this day in Disney history. And Sophie, what do you got for September 25th?
All right then. Well, I'm taking us back to the classic year of 1953, where a future Disney legend named Marvin Davis completes his second generation hub layout of the proposed Disneyland. So you know how Disneyland has the castle in the center, Main Street, and then all the other land surrounding it? That design was designed by Marvin Davis. He is not to be confused with the animator slash Imagineer Mark Davis, but he will continue to work closely with Walt in designing and laying out virtually every aspect of the park's conceptualization and architecture.
Nice.
And there's a quote from Disney legend John Hench about Mr. Marvin. Marvin was very conscientious about developing the park. He worked extremely hard to help bring Walt's dream to life exactly as Walt envisioned it.
Nice.
Nice.
Thank you, Marvin Davis.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Exactly. I mean, the whole key to Disneyland and Disney World and everything like that is the visionary, of course, was Walt.
Mm-hmm.
But Walt knew that he couldn't build all those buildings. He couldn't do all that. He couldn't do all this and everything like that. He knew that it was a team effort. It took hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people to make this reality.
Yeah,
You know, that's
that's right.
that's even a even greater accomplishment than the park itself is
Yes.
getting all the people to work with you on that end goal. So,
That's right. That's a gift too.
mhm.
You have to be able, especially when you're the pioneer of something, you have to be able to convince people and you have to be able to make them see what you're seeing. You know what I mean? That's hard.
I know what
I
you
mean,
mean, Jelly Bean.
he was crazy wild with it.
Yeah. So Brenda, had any candy corn lately?
Not lately, but I will if you have any.
I
You
haven't had
two
any
can have
either.
as
I've,
much
I
as
love
you
it.
like.
I
love
said
it.
jelly bean, and then that led me down the road to candy corn for Sophie because she loves it so.
Oh, I hate
So
candy
good.
corn.
I saw a recipe yesterday that was like chocolate chip cookies with candy corn pieces, Reese's pieces, and big chunks of chocolate. I'm thinking, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
have to try that.
Okay. Well, is it time to stump the Soph?
Good luck.
You can try.
Okay. Well, this character is manipulative and selfish.
So it's a villain, okay.
This character is incredibly dramatic and vain.
Ernesto de la Cruz.
No.
Hmm?
No. Although that's a good guess. And she's guessing it mainly because of Coco that we saw last week in the theater.
Now let's
Nice.
continue.
This character is only referred to by name in the opening of the movie. After that, her name is never mentioned again.
She's manipulative and selfish. She's dramatic and vain.
She's excellent at being a guilt tripper, too.
Madame Medusa from The Rescuers.
No.
No?
Think of who this character might be guilt tripping. Who she might be manipulating.
Mother Gothel?
You got it! Brenda got
Really?
it! Mother
up.
Gothel. Yeah.
Wait, that's right. Because
Yeah.
she's referred to as Mother.
Yep.
Oh my
Guilt
gosh.
tripping poor Rapunzel,
Goodness
who
gracious.
never does anything wrong.
Good job, girls. You worked together.
Wow.
And Brenda got it.
Aunt Brenda got it, yeah.
At first, I thought it was Jafar when he said the first two,
And then he said
and then he said
her.
she. Yeah. He did.
Wow.
Use the pronoun.
Wow.
There you go.
I
Yeah.
didn't realize they only say her name. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because nobody ever says it again.
Right. And she is several hundred years old, though her exact age is unknown.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, good job, Aunt Brenda.
Yeah.
100 years
Very good
old.
job.
That's a miracle, people. If you listen to this show, you know that's a rarity.
Mother Gothel from Tangled.
Wow.
All right. Oh, it's
Wow.
filled in. Okay. Well, that was a cool Who's Who character. And now
We love to
it's
hate her.
time. Yeah. Now it's time for a little bit of Walt.
A little bit of Walt. Part of the Disney success is our ability to create a believable world of dreams that appeals to all age groups. The kind of entertainment we create is meant to appeal to every member of the family. He has said similar things in different ways
Uh-huh.
a lot, but I don't think we've used this particular quote.
I don't
Hope
think we
not.
have either. And, if we did, we've forgotten that we used it. So it's new to us.
Everything old is new again.
But it's true, though,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want it. He definitely wanted it. I mean, we touched on that with Tom Sawyer Island,
Yeah.
on how he wanted it to be a place for parents and kids to play together. And that's what we got. So
That's right.
Anyway, good quote. Thank you, Brendan. Thank you,
You're
Walt.
welcome. Thank you, Walt.
All right, my friends. Well, that wraps us up. Next week, we are going to look at music. and we are going to give our top 5 Disney songs. This is a hard thing to do when you've got like 80 million songs written in the history of Disney.
Yep.
And
Yes.
we're each going to have a list of 5.
And you're talking whether they're from a ride, an attraction, a show, a movie, anything. That's
Right.
a lot of songs, right?
A fireworks
Oh, yeah.
show. any-
Fireworks show.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Oh my gosh.
So narrow it down to 5, girls. See you next week.
That is not fair.
It's gonna be hard.
Well,
I'm
it
guessing we'll have a lot less duplicates.
probably will. And I'm also thinking that if it's hard, feel free to give yourself a couple honorable mentions, or number 6 and number 7. Feel free to do that if that makes it
Yeah.
easier.
So
It
much good
probably
music.
Won't.
Yeah. But anyway, that is our topic for next week. We hope you enjoy it, and we hope you all have a great week. And if you're at Disney, have fun. If you're not at Disney, have fun in wherever you are. And just make sure that you put a smile on your face. Turn that frown upside down, right, Sophie? See? So, I'm
Oh,
Mike.
jeez.
That's Sophie. She's Brenda. He's Grogu. And we will see you on the road.
road.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.